this tutorial we will create a football cup, so I'm going to start with the curve in the front view. So the idea is just to define the profile of the cup, and I'm going to use at this point the polyline to create this. So the idea is just to create the profile, so I'm going to keep going, and now with the normal curve I can define, let me just undo here a curve that will allow me to design the shape I'm looking for. So just define here something like this, looks good. And now again with the curve tool I'm going to design the top part, so some profile like this. We can always edit the points after, but even so I have one idea of the profile I'm looking for, just trying to match exactly. And another point, just adjust this one. Okay, so now I can edit the control point, so let me readjust, make sure the shape is exactly as I'm looking for. And here we go. Just adjusting these control points, make sure it's exactly as I need. And okay, now looks much better. So well, in here we can do the same, edit control points and readjust these points. Here, this one too. Much better. So now we have the curve. Let me just join it in a single curve, and now we start with the Clayoo, in this case with let's start with the revolve. So the revolve will create a regular round shape using the curve as profile. So I just need to make sure, let me change to shaded display mode. We can add more divisions to be more accurate following the curve, and as you can see, with more divisions it's getting much better. Maybe in here I can define even more, probably for the bottom part. So far looks good, but we can even add a couple more. So let's try 55, looks good. I believe it's following the curve good, so this is what I'm looking for, this kind of shape. So we just need to make sure the cap, in this case the bottom, is on. So I'm going to move on, and now again in the front view we will be able to design what I'm creating here for the cup. And it looks good. Even if we need to adjust, we can edit control points, so no problem. Just keep going with it. Okay, so maybe readjust this one. Okay, so I believe now it's good. So let's move on and back to the perspective. So in here the idea will be to create a shell. So I'm going to give some shell to define some wall thickness in here. We can adjust here with the arrow, or we can also use in the command line to type directly the distance. In this case we want to go inside, so I put -2, and let me adjust so the distance I type exactly in the command line. And now we have the shell applied. This is a solid, so we can keep going to the next step. So at this point what we will do is just the base, which will be in other material, not in metal. So I'm just defining this base diameter, so just using the regular cylinder where I can input the values. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the bottom part of the cup, and in here I just readjust the position. Let me move it down, something here like this looks good. So now let me probably readjust this edge, same with bottom one. And in here what we can, well, in the base I believe it's good, so then we can readjust these edges. For now I'm going to keep it, so I'm going to the pipe, and with the pipe let me find it. So we have it like, well, it's a very good, I can just readjust here. I want the top diameter a little bit bigger than the bottom one. You can set different diameters, and of course number of divisions. Of course more divisions, more accurate to the curve. In this case I believe just 16, it's okay. And if we need to readjust some detail, like in here with this one, I will finish taper, like scale just this final face, and looks much nicer. So from here I believe it's okay. Probably I can just readjust here this detail, maybe a little bit thicker, and I can scale it down also without any problem. And I'm going to do the same here in the top. We adjust the face, and also here this face, just to make sure the shape is a good shape. So now it looks perfect, looks very nice. So at this point I just going to activate the symmetry to make the other side. So just make sure I select plane, symmetry plane. I will define this axis in the y axis, so I just have the symmetry on. So now at this point we can readjust here some details on the edges. If we want here some sharp edges instead of these smooth edges, so as we want, probably we could use the crease edges tool, but we can also work a little bit on this edge, or add more divisions. So we can just create in this case with the divide tool, we create another division which we can work. In this case just probably scale a little bit more to make sure it will be, well, with the split sides I create even another division, and then if I scale it, then I can work here a little bit better, which actually it's not probably the fastest way to do it, but just to play around and see what are the possibilities. So in here the other edge is so close, maybe I delete this one and I get a better result. And even this one we can scale, and at this point I think in this one we just move it up and we get a very close result, or maybe we just use the split sides. Just select the the loop of faces to divide. Let me probably pick the selection loop, in this case not this direction. Let me click again the other direction, and just with this extra division, just with the divide, and we get this more sharp edge also in here. We can work a little bit better, just a small detail just to make it exactly as we are looking for, and we also take advantage to take a look to all these possibilities. And in this one also the same, if we use directly the, in this case what I believe it's the split sides, it's the easiest way, just we get a much better corner here. So now maybe it's well, maybe in here we can also make it sharp edge, so just select the loop and split sides will make it. Just select the division very close from the original edge, and this will be the result. So looks very good. Well, I forgot to apply the symmetry. Let me just select again to apply the symmetry. So axis will be from the 0 to any point on the y axis, and then I press enter. So now I have the symmetry and everything looks good. Maybe we can just finish with some sharp edge also here in the top. So split sides, very small distance, and the same on the inner edge. Split sides, and here we go, ready. So this looks good, more or less the shape I'm looking for. So I'm just going to load under the elements library. We have a soccer ball, a football, so I'm going to look for it somewhere. Here it goes. So I just add it to the document, and this will make just the final detail with this soccer ball. Let me select the entire object, and now move it up and scale. So let's scale gumball. And perfect. So this is the idea, the model is ready, and let's see the final result. Thank you.